Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the first league update video of the Double D League. First off, we're going to start with the standings of the league. Baltimore Blue Jays 4-0, along with the Fort Worth Bulls and the Vipers. Jersey Devils sitting at 4-1, Shooting Stars 3-1, Bombers 3-1. A lot of 3-1 teams as we go through here. Vancouver Foresters sitting at 3-2, Islanders 2-1. This is the first week of the Double D League. A lot of teams still trying to gel, so nothing set in stone right now, but with how the televised games are going to go for the league, if you're bottom 10, you're only going to get 3 televised games this season. Middle 10 will be 4, and the top 10 will be 5. Wyverns sitting at dead last, 0-4, worst record in the Double D League.
Yeah, they have been all around abysmal to start their season. Point differential is a -11 for them.
And for the transactions right now, a lot of teams getting rid of some players and picking up some others. Las Vegas Golden Knights dropping Neil Neely at center to pick up Pop Fame. He's a 79 overall defensive anchor that really specializes in interior defense and rebounding. Should be a good starter for them and hopefully turn their season around, as they are negative right now. On the other end, the Stags going to drop Stephen Wall to pick up Pierre Thomas at point guard. Stags were lacking a point guard, and he is going to fit right into that team. They are 1-3 right now, so definitely going to help them going forward. Triton's going to drop O.J. Lane to pick up Cameron Tanner at power forward. Cameron Tanner is looking to be their new starting power forward. Tritons are 2-3 right now, so definitely need a little bit more to get them over the hump, and hopefully he's the answer. Now the Wyverns are going to drop off Damian Gribbs to pick up Peter Vaz. They had the scoring of Zhao Zhao, and now they have the scoring of Peter Vaz, as he is a real 3-level threat. He can score from anywhere on the court in bunches. Wyverns are the worst team in the league right now, so they need all the help they can get. And the Pirates are going to drop Lou Patterson, pick up Corey Stretch Armstrong. Pirates are sitting at 1-2, but with Corey Armstrong being a lockdown defender that can guard 1 through 4 for most teams, should help them out a lot. As far as injuries, Luke Teague broke his hand, out 4 to 6 weeks. Definitely the biggest injury of all 3 that are here. Donnie Tiggs, broken ribs, 1 to 2 weeks, out for the Roadrunners. And Roderick Carter, still out for the Wyverns, 1 to 2 weeks, bruised right shoulder. And leading in points per game, Carson Witherspoon already averaging 33 to start the season in the 4 games that he's played.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of expect this, though. He is the sauce god after all, so.
But at number 2, Reggie Watts, the number 1 pick.
You got 30, got 11, got 6, 2, and 3. This man is a machine right now.
Now with the number 2 pick, Jaquan Douglas.
He's been dominant as well. Maybe not as crazy as Reggie, but he's still been very good and super efficient from the field. Deontay
Gaines, another top pick, 29 points per game to tie Jaquan Douglas.
Yeah, and like you said, Dante, he's been really good this year. I mean, he's scoring more points than he's playing minutes right now.
Yeah, and he's shooting a field goal percentage of .71%.
That is insane.
Billy Falls coming in at number 5, which is a little bit shocking. I didn't think he would be that much of a scorer, but he's dropping 26 points right now.
Yeah, that first game we watched him in, though, he tried to go for the scoring record, so not really surprising he's up here right now.
Yeah, and Zhao Zhao on the Wyverns has been really the only option for them, and he's coming in at number 6 with almost 26 a game.
It's been a solid start to his season, but his team absolutely stinks right now.
And Lonnie Hollis, a rookie, only at 19 years old. Actually, I think he just reached 20, coming in at 25 points a game.
Yeah, a little shocking. I'm surprised that he's already putting up 25, but seems like the man's been balling so far.
And Vishal Bejam, we had just seen him in our last televised game. 24 right now. Also putting up a lot of rebounds, a lot of assists. He's trying to make a case for MVP as well.
Yeah, he is. He's got numbers at every single category that you'd want.
Wallace Upshaw, we just got the chance to look at him as well. He's dropping 24 a game.
Been pretty impressive to start the season. I mean, 9th in scoring. That's pretty good for him. I didn't really expect that.
Yeah, and he's only 23 years old. 63% field goal percentage. Super efficient. And Ankle Ramsey, somebody who you would think to be more of a passer, also a young guy. He's only at 22 years of age. 23, 10, 8, 1.4 averaging right now on an above 500 field goal percentage.
That is insane. Like you said, I'd figure him to have more assists than rebounds, but the man has been clawing for some boards so far.
Yeah, time will tell if these guys can keep it up. It is just the first couple games of the season. They might just be in a hot streak, but right now, some of these guys are really overperforming. In the rebound department, Vishal Bejam leading everybody with 13.6. Marco Ramos sitting right under him at 13.2. He's definitely picked it up after his first couple of games. Jaquan Douglas at 13. Jonathan Tucker actually at 12, tied with Shannon Buford for also 12. Reggie sitting there, still a double-double machine, 11.3. Dwight Evans was also impressed, only 21 years old, averaging 19 and 11, which is very impressive.
That is a very good start for him.
And Ray Barton picking up a little bit over 10. Same for Kung Wu and also Emmanuel Branch. Leading the league in assists, Chris Smoove of all people. Who'd have thought?
I mean, some people might have thought that. It is Chris Smoove after all.
Yeah, he is shooting 45% on the season, but he's definitely getting his teammates involved. 10 a game. He's averaging a double-double. The only guy to be doing that with assists. Ed Monix next, 9.3 is definitely what you expect out of him. Tinsley, 9 assists a game. Might go down a little bit since they did get a better point guard in Pierre Thomas. Ankle Ramsey coming in at number 4, 8.2, which from the small forward position, that's pretty impressive. Official Benjamin, 7.6 at the center position is really impressive.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, the man knows how to find his teammates when they're open.
Michael Carlson, 7.6, tied as well. Justin Leon just a hair under. And Mac Peterson, 7. Bernard Clyburn putting up 6.8, and Alfarouk Pazazaglu putting up 6.8 as well from the small forward position. Him and Lonnie, being so young as they are, both in top 10 of different categories, is looking pretty good for the Huskies.
Yeah, the Huskies definitely got a lot of potential.
And top steals so far, Bradley Frazier destroying everybody else with 3.6 steals a game.
That is a ridiculous amount of steals. I mean, my goodness.
Jabari Payne sitting at 2.5 pretty comfortably in that second spot. Ed Monix, Reggie Watts, and Carson Witherspoon all tied for number 3. And the most shocking of these 3 is Reggie. He's the only guy that's not a guard in this top 8.
Yeah, he's come out strong in these first 3 games. 2 steals and 3 blocks is pretty crazy.
Yeah, Chris Smoove also putting up 1.8. He really is a stat sheet machine, putting up basically everything. Francis Belos, 1.7, just under. Julio Longley also in there, along with Bahimbo Haboa, another big man that's able to get some steals. And KJ Pearson fitting his way in there as well with 1.5. DJ Justice leading us in blocks with 4 a game. Has only played 3 games, but that is impressive nonetheless.
Yeah, that is a lot of blocks to start off the season. He's definitely an anchor down low.
Debaku Okongwu sitting at 3.3. We definitely expected him to be up there. And Pharaoh St. Jones has actually been getting a lot of blocks that I didn't really see coming.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, he is 7'2", 285, but he has a pretty good instinct of where to be at the right time to send those shots back. Deshaun Terrell, 2.8. We knew he would be up here. Reggie Watts, actually playing more D than you would think at 35 years old.
Yeah, he's still getting after it, even as in his old age.
Larry Pitts, 2.5. Not somebody you would think to be much of a defender, but he's up in these numbers as well. Arnold Shoemaker, 2.3. Dante North only at 2, as somebody who we thought would definitely be a shoe-in for Defensive Player of the Year. Julio Moss sitting at 2 as well. And Marto Alexander, a guard, the only guard of this top 10, sitting at 1.7.
Yeah, really, he must have had an incredible game of blocks somewhere in the 4 games he's played.
Now for the bad side of the top 10s, we got Chris Smoove leading the league with 3.8 turnovers, which is also tied with Carson Witherspoon, and that's to be expected.
Yeah, that is to be expected.
Now, Ed Monix has been a little bit sloppy as of late, only shooting 38%. Mac Peterson sitting at 3. Daryl Kent, 2.8. Bernard Clyburn, 2.8 as well, tied also with Scott Nichols. Javon Ward, 2.7. RJ Maddox, 2.7. And Glenn Armstrong also giving you 2.5 turnovers a game. Single game scoring records as of right now. Most points scored this season, 47 by Jaquan Douglas, which is also done by Carson Witherspoon to tie at 47. Most three-pointers made in the game so far was Zhao Zhao with 7. And most three-pointers attempted was 14 by Billy Falls. That's a lot of threes.
Yeah, he was chunking up threes in that televised game he had earlier this season.
Most free throws made in the game, Dante North with 10. Most attempted was 12 in that same game. Most rebounds in one game was Marco Ramos, who grabbed down 17.
There's a lot of rebounds.
Most offensive rebounds was Marco Ramos on that same night, was grabbing everything. Most defensive rebounds, Deshaun Terrell with 14. And most assists, Tinsley with 17.
That is crazy. That's a lot of assists to start out the season.
Most steals, Bradley Frazier had 5 in one game, which he's averaging 4, so you'd expect it. Most blocks goes to Debaku Okongwu with 7. That's a lot.
We watched that game. It was in one of the televised games, and he was blocking everybody that night.
And most minutes played is 37 by old man Ed Monix.
I don't know why that old man is playing that many minutes.
And for your first player of the week, the Eastern Conference goes to Jaquan Douglas of the Owls and Reggie Watts of the Western Conference on the Islanders. Yeah, Reggie's been on an absolute tear in this kind of almost a farewell season, as most people think he's going to fall off after the season, being as old as he is. And Jaquan, like we said, was the number 2 pick. Has a great team built around him. They're definitely trying to win it all this season, and Jaquan is making a good case for MVP. All right, thanks for joining us for this first Double D League update, and we'll see you in a few weeks.